Hey Ranger Nation, so today we're going to be talking about Season 2 of Beast Morphers, and it's something that the hashtag show has mentioned. Link is going to be in the description down below. Before I begin this rant video and this kind of my thoughts, why not hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. It's taken something from Abraham, who plays Nate, the Gold Beast Morphers Ranger. I don't know why that was so hard to kind of take out and say that then, but they asked him the question, and pretty much the hashtag show said, has there been any mention of a power change in for Season 2? Where Abraham replies, I don't think I should say. Let's keep it a secret. Now, pretty much now, we've got a whole speculation of what the next series is going to be. With this, the hashtag show have gone on and said that possibly it may be Zyuohger, which would be animal themed. And fair enough, I can understand and see it, hence we have the animal DNA going inside them, thus therefore, you know, anime Sentai to the next one. But I think this would be a huge slap in the face. We've seen how this works. We saw it with Megaforce and Super Megaforce, when you went with one kind of ruling to another and you didn't talk about it. You didn't show the progression. So basically we had Megaforce, we had the angel type theme, or like, we didn't really, but you knew it was they were angels. But then all of a sudden it went to pirate themed and they didn't do a proper explanation. So, you know, it's more of a, why? But it didn't kind of fit in. It felt like it was a rushed thing. And mainly the thing, and this is going to be another video for a future date, of like, you know, pirate toys didn't sell. So therefore they thought it didn't deserve a reason for a season. Stupid. With this kind of thought of them transferring and going straight from from Go Buster to Zyuohger, I generally think this would be a huge mistake. I think it would, if they transformed, like, what would be the thing? Are they going to be upgraded powers? Are they going to be to the point where, you know, it's like, okay, so like, you know, let's transform, they turn into the normal suits, and it's like, bam, we'll do it again. Now, it's just a very weird thing. It's really weird. You could easily do the whole thing as this article says, have Blaze and Roxy join the team. But I generally wouldn't like that until much later on. Mainly them keeping their avatar powers or something like that and actually joining up with the other Rangers at the very end of Season 2. Now, Hasbro could learn from the mistakes of Megaforce and Super Megaforce and actually do it properly and go, this is how you do a transformation of their powers. But then, does this mean that they could do it for all of the series later on? So, after, say, for example, the next season after Go Busters is Torcuja. Does that mean that later on you're going to then turn into the Space Sentai? You know, because you want to kind of like mix together. There's still a lot of footage that you can use from Go Buster. You know, it just doesn't kind of make sense to kind of switch over all the way after how much money has been put into the cockpits, to the monster suits, to restoring the Go Buster costumes, everything like that. It just doesn't make sense to jump straight into it just because it's animal themed. Now, obviously Abraham says, are they going to power up? And he can't really say, which is fine. But in this sort of thing, it's like, do they get a powered up mode? Yes, they could have armor, they could have stuff. We've already seen like pictures of Devon in his ranger suit with the added on with the armor. So again, they could easily go up to that one. They could easily add in their own stuff and then produce their own toys. Go Buster didn't really have many toys when it came to it. From what I remember in Japan, all you got was the morpher. Then you had the accessories like the camera gun. Then you had the kind of the pod. You had a few things, but because it came straight after Gokaiger, and Gokaiger was still going into continuing on into that year, Go Buster, I thought, didn't have any gimmicks. You know, it just had Zords and, you know, what I've just pretty much explained. Hasbro can easily do what they want, as I've previously said. For me, I would stick with Go Buster. I wouldn't do the whole thing of interchanging with another Sentai, only because it feels like it would just be rushed. Now, this also adds in a whole fact of, if you do a power change and you transform into another series, you have different fighting styles. Say, for example, Zoe has a certain style that she uses, like the Jack Rabbit power, whatever, and all of a sudden she changes to another one. It just feels but then also you kind of started at the very beginning saying you have the DNA of that animal. So does that mean that if you transformed into one of the other characters, do you have that DNA? Can your DNA be overridden and get rid of the elements? You know, the only thing I could see is if all of a sudden they turned around and went, oh, The powers haven't kind of combined. The powers haven't kind of worked. So we're going to have to take that DNA or that combination from you, and then you're going to be normal, but then we could replace it with this, which means then you've got two different sets of powers that kind of like argue with each other. Now, I generally think that they should just go into season 3 of Beast Morphers. A lot of people are saying that because obviously Nickelodeon's, their kind of contract is ending, this could be a possible way. Then if you're going to part ways, just make 3 seasons of Beast Morphers, because so far it's a very good series. It's one of the best that I've seen for a very long time, and I would much rather them carry on rather than just saying, here's another Sentai which you'd only get a year of that you can just take certain elements from. I just think it would be a huge mistake if they did this, and I don't think it would set well. If they do make it amazing, I will hold up my hand and go, do you know what? I was wrong on this one, and it was actually a good choice. But for now, I don't think it's a very good choice. I think it's something that would lead to a lot of complications, mainly if you want to do the whole thing of like another Legend War later on, or something else. We've seen this when you had Tommy be all these sorts of rangers, and then when you came to do something giant as the Legendary War, what happened? You couldn't have Tommy be all those rangers, and it messed up a lot of stuff. In general, I think this is a bad idea. What I would like to see is a new set of rangers coming out. I'd like to see Beast Morphers use their 40 episodes or something like that, you know, when it comes into season 1 and season 2. You know, and also I think that if that was the case, we would have seen some pictures from around the area, because obviously if they're wrapping up season 2, you're going to see something. You know, it's just one of those things that this information will get out at some point, you know, from either being Boots on the set saying Zyuohger Boots, or, you know, a lion somewhere or something. You would see something. You know, we saw all the stuff of Beast Morphers being kind of shot and stuff coming out. We already saw those sorts of things, so I'm sure that we would have seen something like this to kind of confirm this. If you're having a power change, maybe it was talking about something else. Maybe a power change from the Rangers, from say from Devon and Zoe, to go back to Blaze and Roxy. Who knows? You know, it's one of those things. Me personally, I just don't think it should happen. But what do you think, Ranger Nation? What do you think will happen? Do you think this is a really good idea? Do you think having a combination of 2 Sentais together, or 2 series together, is a good idea? Or do you think that it would be something like Megaforce and Super Megaforce? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you've enjoyed this video, why not hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And as always, Ranger Nation, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.